The Jets have a must-win game against the Detroit Lions on Sunday. Can they pull it off? I'm going to talk about it. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I'm talking Jets Lions. Before we get started today, I just want to mention you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast, and also please make sure to check out the merch store. Link to everything is down below in the description of this video. So it's the 7-6 Jets against the 6-7 Detroit Lions. The Lions who are surging. The Jets have lost 2 in a row. Can they get back on track at home against the Detroit Lions? Let's take a look at the DVOA numbers. Offensively, the Jets are 19th. The Detroit Lions are 7th. Defensively, the Jets are 6th in the NFL in defensive DVOA. The Detroit Lions are 24th. So the strength of the Lions is the offense. The weakness is the defense. The Jets' strength, as we know, is the defense. For our Mojo spotlight, we're taking a look at Mike White, who continues to go up as he is up 9.93% this week. If you want to sign up and use Mojo, where you can invest in the careers of NFL players, do so by clicking the link down below in the description. I'll also have it as the pinned comment so you too can get in on the fun. So as I mentioned, the Detroit Lions are on a bit of a heater. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Is this going to be an upset win or loss, I guess, for the Jets? But we'll get into it. The Jets aren't technically favored. Well, in some places they are. You can find them at Jets -1. I found them at Jets +1, where I do my betting. So yeah, they're slight underdogs in a game where the team they are playing is under 500 and at home. It's a little strange, but I would say take advantage while you can. We'll get into that later. As I said, Lions on a heater, 5 of 6. But here's the thing. Why I am so confident in the Jets in this game. And I'm not someone who just goes out on a limb and say, oh, I think the Jets are going to crush whoever they play because I'm a Jet fan. It's not the case. I picked the Jets to lose to the Bills last week. Before the year started, I thought they'd finish with 7 or 8 wins. You know, I try not to be a homer. In this instance, I think this is a very good matchup for the New York Jets on paper. Yes, that offense is scary. But what they do indoors, in their dome, at home in Detroit versus what they do on the road, out in the elements, is a little bit different. Jared Goff, in games with 35-degree weather or colder, has 1 touchdown to 5 turnovers. Here are the numbers. I'll flash them up on the screen, what he's been able to do. And obviously the offensive numbers are not as good at home when he's in, nice, comfy, cushy LA versus when they are on the road, or, LA or inside of Detroit. And also Jared Goff versus Robert Saleh. The last 4 times these guys have met up, Robert Saleh is 4-0 and Jared Goff has struggled. There was one game where he had like 77 passing yards against that 49ers defense. Now, granted, the Rams and Detroit Lions, 2 different teams. The Jets and the 49ers, 2 different teams. But I think Jared Goff is someone that Robert Saleh has seen a ton of. And I think he's going to be able to get his pass rush after the quarterback in this one. Yes, they have a ton of weapons. Yes, Goff has played well. Again, they're a feisty team, and they really buy into Dan Campbell, and they're fun. I like watching the Detroit Lions. I just think that the Jets are going to be able to take advantage of some of their weaknesses. For instance, the Lions are 30th in the league in passing yards allowed, 25th in passing touchdowns allowed, and 26th in rushing yards allowed. I think the Jets offense bounces back in a big way. I know they only had 12 points last week. Mike White left the game twice. Now, Mike White is expected to start, and Zach Wilson was elevated to QB2. So if, God forbid, there's an injury to Mike White, Zach Wilson will be coming in over Joe Flacco, which I count that as a win because Joe Flacco just does not look like he wants to be there anymore. And I think this would be a good day for the offense, kind of like against the Chicago Bears. Yes, the Bears, they started to back up. I know all that, but that defense just isn't really all that good. And Mike White went off. And I don't know if he's going to play as perfect of a game as what we saw against the Chicago Bears, but I think he's going to have a damn good day. And I think the offense is going to have a good day as well. Also, Garrett Wilson is just 132 yards away from 1,000 yards as a rookie. Unreal stuff. This guy, he already broke the New York Jets rookie receiving record. What else can this guy do? Can he clear 1,000 in this game? Honestly, maybe. He might have a good shot. with how he's been playing. So with that, I'll get into the stat predictions for this one. We'll talk about Mike White. We're going to talk about Bam Knight, and we're going to talk about Garrett Wilson, and then get into my picks. So Mike White going up against a poor defense, I think is going to have a good day. 24-35, so pretty high completion percentage, 275 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. I'm predicting that he stays in the game, remains healthy, and has a good day. Again, the Detroit Lions pass defense is nothing to write home about, and I think you're going to be able to have these guys do some work. Bam Knight, I say he has another rushing touchdown, and he'll run for 80 yards in this one. And I think Ty Johnson will get more reps than Michael Carter, who struggled, and James Robinson, who's been inactive for 2 of the last 3 weeks. Garrett Wilson will break or will go over 1,000 yards in this game. I think he goes 1,000 yards in the game. That'd be nuts. But he'll go for 8 catches, 145 yards, and a touchdown, which would put him for over 1,000 yards on the season. Sign me the hell up for that, please. He's been an absolute stud so far this year. Now it's time for the picks segment of this one. I am 7-6 against the spread, picking for the New York Jets. And in this game, I'm taking the Jets +1. Again, it's insane to me that the Jets are underdogs or even 1-point favorites. I think they should be like 3-point favorites in this game. They're about, to say that they're neutral or about even on a neutral site field, I don't think is crazy to say. I'm not saying the Jets should be a touchdown favorite over anybody, but the Lions are a popular team. They're a popular pick this week, but I don't see it. I personally don't see it. 27-17 Jets. I think they win pretty handedly. I don't think it's going to be a blowout per se, but I think the Jets defense does enough to keep the Lions under 20 points. I think the Jets offense does enough to go over 20 points in that 24-27 range. Maybe they clear 30 against this Lions defense, Lions defense. But let's go to Casey. She's done it. She's doing this a little different. She told me her pick this week. I couldn't film her the normal way, but we know she likes to go to the left. So Detroit Lions -1. So we're going up against each other. She is 8-5 against the spread. We'll see if her going to the left, as always, really seems to do the trick. So apologize for this week. It's been a really, really crazy week. Hopefully next week is back to normal a little bit, but just now it's been a little hectic here, and I'll be back in full strength very, very, very soon. So appreciate all the support as always. I am amped up for this game. You should be too. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I will catch you next time.